Howdy y'all, it's Kathy from Rust Paper Scissors. I wanted to do a tutorial today on my twist on the stack and whack tags that have been showing up on YouTube. It's a lot of fun to make. It's a quick way to make 5 tags, and I've really enjoyed it. I have a little twist and we'll go over that. I wanted to talk about some of the products. Sometimes in my videos I forget to mention the things we're going to need. But first of all, I wanted to mention about a tool I was going to use. And my kids and my husband, everybody in the house has an product, an iPhone, an iPad, an iWatch. And I was feeling just a little bit left out. And then all of a sudden I realized that I have a eye product. It's called an iron, and the best thing about it is I'm not afraid to use it. So that's just a little intro into, I'm going to be using the iron today to glue the paper to my tags. So let's talk about what we're going to need. We're going to need some tags. I cut down file folders. We're going to need some paper. We're going to need 4 pieces of paper that we're going to tear up. I'm going to need a piece of paper that I'm going to cover a tag with. So I'm going to cover the 5 tags with a sheet of paper. So that's why we only have 4 in our stack. We're only going to be doing 4. And then this is, we'll need some glue. I used a glue stick. I use collage medium, let's see, maybe a little barely art glue, and my fingers, I've been crafting so my hands are dirty. But this is what our tags are going to look like at the end. And then this is one that I just quickly embellished and wanted to show you what it might look like afterwards, and we'll finish that off. But this is using the papers, and the reason you only do 4 is you leave part of the tag with the original paper. So that is what we're going to do. It's going to be very easy. I'm going to go into the kitchen and we're going to use my iron. And the reason I use the iron, what I use to glue the paper to the tags is heat and bond. And the reason I like that is it's fast, but you can glue right to the edge. I mean, this thing, it's not coming apart. It's glued on there very well. So I like the heat and bond, and I thought I'd just demonstrate that, how easy it is. And we'll go from there. So I'm going to stop it, move into the kitchen. I'll be right back. Okay, here we are set up in the kitchen, and this is the product that I use. It's Heat and Bond Light, and I was just trying to get it so you could see Heat and Bond Light. And it comes on these rolls. It's very easy to use. What I have here is I just have kind of a dishcloth down. I'm working on my counter. It's stuck to that. I have some deli paper. I have my tags, and I'm just going to demonstrate how easy it is to cut the heat and bond. I'm going to cut it to just about the size, and so I'm going to just kind of hold that down, and well, there we go. So just hold it so I can get an approximate size. I'm going to do 2 at once. So just trying to save on that. Let's see if I can get them straight. And then we're just going to cut. And then we're just going to cut across. Okay. So that's the heat and bond. And then what I do is I take the tags and I lay them down on my paper, and I just get them close together, And then I put, the Heat and Bond has two sides, a dull side, and then this side has the glue. It's a little bit shiny, and it has these little glue dots. You can feel it. So I just put the Heat and Bond over the tags, and I'm just going to iron. It only takes a couple of seconds, really, to get the glue to melt and hold on to the tag. And let's see if we can put that. Let's see if I got it. Sometimes it gets pretty hot, so just be aware that it can get hot. And I think I got it. I think I got it on there. See, it looks like the edges are glued down, so it'll be easy to. Let's see if I can take the Heat and Bond off. I'm going to stop it for just a second. Okay, now I got it. I don't know why it was sticking there for a second, but that's how easy it comes off. Save your release paper, and you can make your, it's the vintage tape. You can put the Scotch tape on here and put the alcohol ink and make vintage tape. So save your release paper. And then what I do with the tags now, I'm just going to cut around them to cut the extra Heat and Bond off. You could even pull them apart. It's pretty easy. And then okay, so I take that off to the side. Get it off your fingers. And then this is just comes right off. Sometimes you can just pull it off, but it's very easy. Okay, so now we have the glue on our tag. And what I did was I took an old dictionary and I took the signature out of the dictionary, and then that allowed me to pull this apart and the pages stay together. So if you ever wanted to include them in a journal with the pages still together, so the pages are in the right orientation, you can do that if your book was made that way. Then what I do is I take the tags and I put the shiny side, the glue side, down onto the tag. And you might want to look on your other page and see if there's anything you want to try and capture, but I'm just going to put it on there. And then I'm going to put one on this side. So I put the glue side down. And then what I do is I take a little bit of this blue tape, and I don't have any of the purple tape. That's supposed to be pretty easy, but I just stick it onto my blouse, and then it kind of loosens, lessens the sticky. And all I'm going to do is just tack this tag down where I want it. And so that's what I'm going to take this piece off. Okay. And then that just, so it stays in place when I turn it over. Then all I'm going to do is just turn it over, and I'm going to iron. And it is very quick and easy. You'll see, I hope you can see. I'm pretty close. I might try and back up a little bit. Let's see if I've gotten that down good enough. Let's see if I can back up and raise it up some so you can see. Then this is the key to releasing. Let's see, it looks like our edges are good. It's not going to come up. It's glued on all the edges. The tip to releasing this tape is if you get it started and if you pull it at an angle like that, it comes off without, most of the time without tearing the paper. So if you get it started and you just pull it back at that angle, you have a pretty good angle against it. Now it's going to tear the dictionary paper because it's much thinner than the cardboard, but it didn't tear any of the paper on the cardboard. And so now you have your pages together, and then all you have to do is cut them out. So I'm going to stop the video and I'll cut these out and I'll be right back. Okay, so I cut the tags out of the paper. They're glued on very strongly. It's all the way to the edge. It's not going to come loose. So that was pretty quick. Now I'm going to demonstrate using a piece of very old, very fragile dictionary paper. And the heat and bond works very good on it. I've cut down my heat and bond. I'm going to put my tag on there. I'm going to turn it over and we're going to iron for a couple of seconds. Let's see how I did. Oh, it's hot. Got to be careful. It does get hot. Okay. It's coming off. The glue is glued down. Save your release paper. And then I'm just going to cut the little extra glue away. Okay. I think I'm going to get a new sheet of deli paper. Okay. So now I have my tag that has the glue on it. I wanted to capture this part of the paper. So what I'm going to do is, I know it's about in the middle of that page. So I want it to be at the top of my tag. So if I'm trying to capture it, and I don't know that I can, but let's see how we do. And again, I'm just going to take a little bit of the painter's tape. I'm going to glue it down, and then let's flip it over. And I don't know that, it looks like we'll get it, but it might not be in the exact spot that I wanted. And then now we just put the iron on there, and it really strengthens this fragile paper, but it allows you to use some of your more fragile papers. So I really like that about it. So I hope you'll maybe try some heat and bond. Again, I'm going to take the tape, and I'm going to pull it, let's see if I can get it where you can see, at a very, the angle is very low against the paper, and that allows it to pull off. This paper, you can really just tear it because it's so fragile. If you want to. I tear it up against the tag, and if you tear some of the tag that's on the front, it's not a big deal because, it's going to look vintage and it's going to be covered up anyway. And then you can straighten up those sides. And okay, let's go back. So now we have our very fragile paper that we added to the cardstock with the heat and bond, and it makes it sturdy and it's usable. So let's take these, we'll go back into the kids' playroom and might put some crafting in, and we'll continue just a moment. Okay, we're back. I have my 5 tags laid out that I'm going to make. Now I'm going to take the paper, and this paper is cut to the size of the tag. So I have 4 sheets of paper. The 5th sheet was what we glued down onto the tags. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tear the papers. You can, just tear them any way you want. I'm going to do maybe let's go this way. That's the middle, and then this will be the bottom. And so that's the bottom, this is the top, and that's the middle. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take the top stack, and you're just going to take them one at a time and place them on the different tags, Now, since you only had 4 pages, one of your tags is going to be blank at the top. So now what you're going to do is take the second tag, and I'm going to move these off to the side so we just have some room, but I keep them in order. Now we're going to take the next tag, and we're going to start on the second tag. This is where the whack, I think, comes in. And you're just going to place these. That's so you don't have any paper any papers right together, the same paper right together. So that's that. And then I'm going to take this left corner, and we're going to go to the 3rd tag, and we start putting these down. And you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. I'm trying to see if I think I got off somewhere, but maybe I didn't. Okay, I think I got it right. I get confused. It can be confusing. Okay, so this is going to be the last. This is the right-hand corner, and it goes on the bottom here. Okay, I'm going to switch it up here. I'm going to stop it for just a second. Okay, the reason I stopped it was, remember, I wanted to capture this part of the tag, so I rearranged a couple of the pieces so that I could get the blank spot to be where I wanted it on that one. So now you have your tags laid out. What I do is I use the glue stick. It allows me to have a little wiggle room to glue them down. So what I'm going to do is carefully, I'm gonna move these off to the side. I'm going to stack them on top of each other, and then we'll only glue 1 or 2 on camera, and then, because you know how to glue. And then this is just some dictionary paper that I'm going to use as a glue book. And then what I do is you just get your glue on there real good. And then it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle. You're going to take your tag, and you're just going to line this up. I'm going to line this up at the top because that's where it went. And then now on this tag, the middle was the piece that was missing. So we're only going to add these 2 pieces down here at the bottom. So I think that's the way they go. I might have got them mixed up. Yes, that's the way they go. Okay, so I'm going to take this one and just going to glue it. It goes really fast. It's just, but know that you can manipulate different things where you want items. But I hope I'm in frame. I just line it up as best I can. You can always trim it off. And then this is going to be, now this one didn't match hardly at all. So I must have, when you tear the paper sometimes, they don't tear exactly the same in each spot. So, but that's the beauty of having the book page on the bottom that covers the whole tag. So if it doesn't match up, it's not so, devastating that it didn't match up. And you don't have to cut much down otherwise you probably have to cut it down. So that's one. Let's do another one real quick, and then we'll go on to the next process. So again, we're going to do the top. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I know, get my head in here. Oops. That's the beauty of the glue stick. You can rub out those problems if you want. Now this one's going to be in the middle. Okay, I'm going to line them up as best I can. If you want to overlap them a little bit, you can. And then now this one is, I'm going to put it over here is where I'm going to put that one. So we're going to glue that one. Okay. So here is our tag. So we have 2 completed tags, and I need to scoot that over. I didn't get it straight, but you can trim that. It's not going to matter. So these are the 2 tags, and I'm just going to check, like this one doesn't look like it's glued down good, so I'm just going to put some extra glue over there and try and glue it down. I'm going to cut that. This one looks like it's glued pretty good. These I'm going to put off to the side, and I'll glue those later. But these are the 2 we'll work with. Now what I'm going to do is turn it over, and I'm just going to trim up the tag. Now, there's 2 things you can do. If you wanted to ink your edges before you glued them down, if you want to ink the edges, do it before you glue them down. I'm going to show you doing the collage medium on top, and then that allows you to use the distress crayons. But I'm just going to make sure that all the edges are down. And then now I have a trick about collage medium. I like to use it, but I don't like the brush strokes. And Tim talks about that in his a lot of his videos, that you can get rid of the brush strokes by that doesn't look like it. I just want to make sure it's glued down. By rubbing your finger over what you've just distressed with the collage medium, and then that takes the brush strokes away. I'll show you what I'm talking about, but I really like to do that. But I'm really kind of freaky about having things on my hands. So I had this idea this morning to take, this is just a, one of those disposable gloves, And this is one that fits pretty tightly. So I'm just going to cut the finger off. And you can use the rest of those. And then I'm just going to put it on my index finger. Oops, it tore, but that's okay. This way I can glue and not get it on my finger, and take the thing off, and I'm a happy camper. So let's see if I can get my collage medium to come out. And what I do is I just squeeze out a generous amount up here at the top, and then I just take my little finger. You could use what you could do was you could use a paintbrush and to spread it out, and then at the end just go over it with your gloved finger to get rid of the brush strokes. But I find this is just easy to do it this way, and you can see if you're getting the collage medium everywhere. And looks like that's pretty good. Now I'll bring it up here where you can see it. So I think I got it on everything. And then we'll just set that aside to dry, but there's no, you don't see any of the brush strokes. And then this one will do the same thing. Again, like I say, you could use a paintbrush to spread the collage medium, but I just like to use my fingers. And that is, I like to use my fingers if I don't get stuff on them. So let me just make sure we have enough on there. And then that is the basis of your tag. So there, now this one has collage medium on it, and I'll just set that aside to dry. Let's go back to talking about these tags. Now that we have the bases done, and I had put collage medium on these tags, what I did was, let me take this off, and see, you take that off and you have a clean finger. So it works really well. What I did was I took let's see if I can get a distress crayon. Since these have been coated with the collage medium, I'll be able to manipulate the crayon. Let me get a wet wipe, and that just helps me smooth it around. And so all I'm going to do is take the crayon, and I'm just going to go along the edge here where I glued them together. And then I'm going to just dampen my finger with the wet one. And that just allows me to smoosh that crayon. Now, if you don't like the look that it's, you know, it's not just on the edge, you can wipe some of that edge off. And then it just highlights the torn part. So that's why I did that. I thought that was quick and an easy way to ink around the edges, and just a little different, something a little different. So that's what I did on these. And then I wanted to just finish up this little tag. I was thinking there was a tag, I think it was this tag that I thought I had some ephemera, and I thought, oh, wouldn't that be cute to have that tag on there as part of your decoration. I liked the green, the way it brought the green out. So that was just an idea. But this was a quick little tag that I made. I had a lady who has gifted me a lot of the negatives, so I want to start using them more in my journals. So I wanted to use the negative, and then I just used a little ticket. I think I got that from Temu. I got quite a few, and they're great. I really like them. Then I just used the ribbon twist paper. On the ribbon twist paper, I try not to glue it all the way down to the project. And the reason I do that is so if I wanted to add a piece of lace or something, or you found something else that you wanted to collage on there, you haven't glued that down so it would work. Or you could, glue it on the side and have the lace on the side, however you wanted to do it. The topper, I wanted to demonstrate. I haven't demonstrated these in a while. I sell these in my shop. I call them D-ring fasteners. A lot of time I use them on my mini journals to tie them together, but they're also cute as a tag topper. So what I would do would be try to find the center of the tag, and I'm just going to mark it here with my pen. And then I'm going to take the smallest hole in my crocodile, and I'm just going to, let's see if I can get that paper out of there. Looks like it's stuck. Just a second. That way I can see better. Okay, so I'm just going to, there. Okay, I'm going to find my center and just, make a hole. Then you open up, this is the side of the D-ring fastener. Usually it's closed up, but you just open that up a little bit. It fits over your tag, so your front and back. And then I'm just going to put my rusted brad in there. And now you have a cute little page topper. And then I'm going to take some sari silk and just, I'm going to try tying a knot, see what that looks like. And then if that doesn't work, we'll we could tie a bow, or you could just leave it. So that's, a way to do it. You could probably tie it in a, let's see if I could tie it in a little bow. I don't think that's big enough. It doesn't look right. So let's do this. Let's take it off and we'll just do a normal way to top it. Got to experiment, not everything works, but I like to say, we're alone in the craft room, and you can fix a lot of problems if you, mess something up. And so that just, well, normally it's not this difficult, but, the joy of videotaping, oh my goodness, gosh. And then I just cut those down because that's a little long. But I would just cut them. See if my scissors will even cut this stuff. And then we'll cut the other one. Okay, so there you have your little tag with your little topper, and just the sari silk on the top. And how quick was that? That was, we made 5 tags pretty quickly. I wanted to also mention something. I am not super savvy with I call it the confuser. And I've wanted to have an Instagram page for a long time, but just have never understood how to use it. So my daughter was home for spring break from college, and she sat down with me and we kind of set up a Instagram page, and I think I linked it to my Facebook Rust Paper Scissors page, and I believe my Instagram page is called Rust Paper Scissors. I have it linked to my channels and to my Etsy store. And so I just want to encourage people maybe to try and find me on Etsy. I'll try and put some of these pictures on Etsy, on Instagram, and see if I can navigate through it. but I did want to mention that. I wanted to thank everybody for their time. I would appreciate it if you liked the video and wanted to subscribe to my channel. I would love that. It helps me if you hit the like button. My video gets shown a little bit more. Um, and I love comments. I love reading the comments. If you have any ideas or ways that maybe you use heat and bond, or maybe ways that you use the collage medium, just different ideas. Um, but I wanted to encourage you to please leave me a comment. Thank you very much.